Even if it's like, I live near the library and I could walk over there and tell them they need to have these books in here that tell about Black history, right? Even if that's all I can do, that is power. I've been inspired by Audre Lorde's poetry since I was 14 years old when I first started reading her work. And I don't even know if I could have articulated then what drew me so strongly to her work, but I studied it. All the epigraphs for my papers I had to write for high school English and history classes were all from Audre Lorde's poems. And I realized that there was a complexity, a layeredness, and a challenge in her work that I actually needed to accompany me through my life. It actually prompted me to grow as a person and to make space for the complexity of what it is to be a human being transformed by all life on Earth. It's almost like one thing led to another. She's one of the people I wrote about for my dissertation. Over the years, I had the gift of being mentored by some of her students, so that the level of access that I had to her enduring legacy is phenomenal. But it wasn't until about 5 years ago that I realized, really at the prompting of several other people all at the same time, that also meant it was part of my responsibility to offer her life in this form of a new biography. Audre Lorde, living through the civil rights movement, as living through world wars and civil rights movement and
Jim Crow,
and really being one of the people who was an architect of understanding that all of our rights are actually interconnected, and that our movements have to work together. She is somebody who I look to again and again. So there's this movement scale where she's understanding how everything is interrelated. And there's this personal scale where it doesn't matter what you understand if you don't feel powerful enough to act on it.
Mm.
And Audre Lorde, this is the thing. I interviewed everybody about Audre Lorde, right? The people who were her students, the people who met her one time, the people who worked in organizations with her, people who never met her like me and read her work. Everyone says in common is, I read Audre Lorde and then I was braver. And then I felt more powerful. Then I finally told the truth about who I was. Then I quit that job and did what I really am supposed to do. Then I was able to start this organization, not knowing where the money was going to come from. Again and again and again and again, they say that the impact of Audre Lorde and her work was to make them their most bravest self, whatever that was supposed to be. And I know for a fact that who we need to be at this time is the bravest version of ourselves.